Hey guys, today's October the 5th of 2015, and it's roughly 9 a.m. Central Time. The markets will be opening at 9:30. I want to go over the US pair mark Forex using price and time technical analysis, so please pause the video and read the video disclaimer. As you know, I haven't done a video in a while, so I figured I'd try to catch up. I've been traveling on vacation, went to South Africa, and I had a great time over there. Enjoyed it. Beautiful people, beautiful land. Everything over there is beautiful. So let's get into the markets. Let's start out with the U.S. dollar. You can see the commitments of trader report. We're just going sideways. We put this low on the, I believe it was March 13th. If you follow my videos, I said that this was probably an interesting low, if it was a possible low, because there were some astrological things matching up with it. So anyway, you can see that it's been going sideways, and it's just been ranging. Just, if you're scalping, short the top, buy the lows, and just ride this until it breaks out of this consolidation. You can see the commercial, what you, commercial large speculators and retail is just, they're not showing any sign of commitment if they want to go long or short, and it's just been going sideways. So looking at the chart, look at the weekly, you can see that we found the base on the 20, but on the cloud on the weekly, you're under it, and you're ready to kiss the 50, and it looks like you may want to try to kiss that 50 again. But you're in the mobile, but it's still positive. You got PPS buy signal, so it's kind of chopping around. This is that kind of range. Your pivot high, point of control, and pivot low here. These white lines are monthly pivots, so it's just kind of stagnant sideways. Let's see once we get above the 50. Once the 50 gets over here, see what's going to happen. If you look at the daily, you can just see that we just been chop fest. We just been going sideways between the cloud, and now you're below it, below the 20, but above the 50, and it's just going in sideways range. And you got the 200 now, colliding in. You see this right here? They call it the golden cross. When the 20 crosses the 50, look at that. Look at that spike up, and then they ran out of sellers, and the bears came and pulled it right back down. So. Chop Fest, I wouldn't, unless you want to scout, but I wouldn't, think about putting in a position to make some money. Now on the New Zealand dollar, now we're talking something different. But let's go to the commitments of trader report, and let's see where the money's piling up, and then we kind of have a better idea. I put a post on the community forex price and time that I'm thinking that I need to do some analysis to see if this is a possible low for this, if the time is right to get in this New Zealand dollar. As you can see, commercials were hedging, and large speculators are shorting it, and now they kind of found a base here. They kind of came up, and mind you, this is all weekly, just to make it smaller. And this is where we're at right now. They haven't done the cross here yet, so they haven't done it in regards to large speculators now trying to go long. But the key to get in is to get ahead of them before they do go long. That's why you can ride the wave, but you have to know if this the right timing or not. So I'll be doing that this week to figure out if this is just sideways action, or we're gonna pop and trend higher. Looking at the weekly, you can see that we got a PPS buy signal, but we had it here, got all green, and then failed and pushed lower. This should be interesting. If we're gonna push lower. We still below the 20, the 50, below the cloud medium term, below the 100, and the way below the value area low. And these white lines are monthly pivots. So you could probably have a possible target to the 20 all the way to that 66.41, and even that 65.60. Looking at the daily, looks pretty strong. Medium term. You're in the cloud above the 50, above the 20, so that looks really good. I wouldn't go long here. You can see that right now it's resting, and some resistance with this monthly pivots. I would probably wait for a pullback, maybe to the 20, maybe to here, or this line right here, or even here, 64.13, and then maybe get in. But do your analysis and see maybe this is the time to get into the New Zealand dollar. Right now, if you do a little trend line right here. Let's see. start seeing, if it starts respecting these trend lines and what from here to here, see, that might be some resistance. Could be a little wedge, and then maybe play the breakout when it cracks out of here. So I'll be watching this one. This is probably one of my favorite instruments to be watching. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. Aussie dollar. Let's see what's going on with the Aussie dollar. Let's see where the money's going. Aussie dollar. Aussie. Where are you? Aussie dollar. It's been selling off for a while. And it's pretty spread out. I mean, we just put a low now here in this week of August 31st, and it's been chopping around. So I don't know. It might chop around a little longer. I don't see any money. You got this slight little, lift here on the large speculators, but nothing to brag about. So I don't know. Let's look at the charts. The money doesn't look too eager to get in this trade. You can see, we don't even have a PPS buy signal below the 20, the 50, medium term, short term, bearish. So holding support now in these monthly pivots. There's a few support down here below. So I probably wouldn't even, no signal for me to get in, even though on the daily, you got this low. Let's see, if it gets at least above the 50 and gets out of the cloud, then we're talking. But as of now, it could, chop around and, just probably go sideways. But that's the Aussie. Let's see what else. Targets, if you wanted to go long for a scalp, probably would be that 50. You can see that the 50, it was resistance. Follow the 50 and trail, right under here. And once it hits you there, get out. The CAD. Let's see what the CAD. Canadian dollar. See what we got going on there. That's a good trade. If you watch oil, you could definitely get some action there. Here we go. Just sideways. No. Looks like they're trying to unwind here, the large speculators. But it's early to say. This is just the candle. We've just been going sideways here, so we'll see. Let's look at the chart. The CAD. Look at the weekly, and you can see these are monthly pivots I have here, and we don't have a sell signal yet. I mean, we got a top here, and it's just dancing here. You got the 20. I mean, it's bullish. You're above the 20, the 50, the cloud. The Chiku, the future looks good. So, just a little sell-off like here, So let's see what happens there, but still strong. It could probably be a buyer opportunity, but I probably would buy it here at that 30.14, or even when it goes below, or maybe kisses a 20, and maybe go a nice little pop, because, sometimes when it hits the 20, it pops. Here it didn't. It went down below, but once it goes above the 20, maybe it's a good, scalp to get in. On the daily, I got these trend lines that I put, and you can see we got a sell, PPS sell signal, and it went through the 20, cracked the MOBO, hit the 50, cracked it, hit the point of control, and cracked it, and found support, and now it's kind of like digging in the cloud and trying to get above this trend line. So it's still strong though. It's above the cloud, so but kind of chopping around here. If it could get above the 20, and the 50 could probably be a good, nice little scalp. I think you'll probably be in the mobile, so it could be a little choppy here. So play it at your own risk, but it's still bullish. I don't see any reason why to short it. I would just be buying the pullbacks, and this could probably be a nice little pullback once it gets above the 50 to go higher. Let's see the next one. Dollar yen. That is just chop fest. Chop fest. Where is the dollar yen? The dollar yen. Let's see what we got here. It's just chop. Look at that. Put that high in June 1st. Mind you, this is weekly. Look at all these weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's just been chopping around, and nothing has really happened. So the money is not It's just the money's just going sideways. There's not really no big players coming in to do something here. So the dollar yen, you can see that wow, look at that candle. We blew right through the 50 point of control, found support the value area low, and now these are weekly. So look, we just been going sideways. And look at the 50 right here, the 20. So, it's kind of on the weaker side of things, but, medium term, it's still bullish. You're above the cloud, you're losing a little Momo, but other than that, it's still, still could push higher, or still, just going sideways, consolidating. So you just got to wait for the break. Some people probably, caught it here, and then, should have covered, or definitely once there was a failed new high, just cover and gotten out or shorted. But, when you get these nice little breakouts, and then it kind of goes sideways after 2 or 3 weeks, it's just good to just get out. And then, another breakout of this consolidation range, just jump in and then just get out. Once it's, you got 1 week or 2 weeks going sideways, just get your money out, because, you just pull right back down. Looking at the daily, you can see, look, we just got that high, flushed all the way down here, popped right back up, and now, just going back and forth. So, I wouldn't trade it. It's on the weaker side if you look at it short term, below the cloud, sideways on the 20, below the 50. But, medium term, very, 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 very bullish. You can see, let's see the pound. Pound was really one of my favorites. You can see, look, I got already some grids here. But it's kind of like losing its Momo by itself. It's kind of what Double DGAN calls lost motion. Where's the pound dollar? Pound dollar, where are you? Right here, let's see where the money's going. And I think, they're all pretty much going sideways. All sideways. This one has a little more action, but, like it switched here, the positions, commercials, hedge went long, large speculators shorted with retail, and now they're coming back, and now they're, on the crossroads right here, just kind of going sideways. So everything is, kind of going sideways. Nothing's really, this is the only one I've noticed that kind of swapped, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at the chart. Let's look at the weekly. You can see on the weekly that did the golden cross here, but it didn't even, it got that momentum, but then they just failed. They got the bulls by the horns and pulled them down. And now you're below the 20 and the 50. You couldn't even get over the cloud on the weekly, which you had the opportunity. So not looking too good. Hopefully it holds this value area low of 50.40. Looking at the daily, and also could be it could be building up for wave 2. Somewhere around here. It's failed it, but it could push higher. I got to do some time analysis on it, but it's if it cracks this, it is pushing lower. You just gotta play with caution. Looking at the daily, we put this high here, push lower, and you're below the cloud. Looks like it's gonna probably dance around here at this 62.5, which is at 50.74. So it's just, I wouldn't go long yet here either. I'll kind of wait for a signal. But you're short-term bearish on the daily. British pound below the 50, the 20, below the cloud, just kind of going sideways. You got this big resistance right here, and I think it's right under it. So right now, I wouldn't bother with it. The New Zealand dollar is probably the best chart I've noticed. I got some good strength to the upside. It all depends if it's just going to continue. What's the next chart I'm doing here? I'm kind of speeding up here. The Swiss dollar. Swiss dollar's the same. Look at this. Look at this stuff here. It's just sideways. You got that big spike from that time. Got spiked. They rose it all back up, put down, and you kind of like in this range right here. Oops, wrong thing here. Got this drawing thing I'm starting to use. See, look at that. Well, I probably started from here. This is probably the area you probably want to watch. Where's it going to break off to? And let maybe 2 weeks go through it. Not do it on the daily, but wait for 2 weeks to give you an indication that it may want to go higher, or that it's gonna, break down, bounce over here and then maybe fail it and then push lower. So, but those are the kind of things that, if you're a scalper, you're good, then these are the ranges you want to play, sell high and buy low. It's not even worth looking at the commitments of trade report. And then, the Mexican, I don't really trade none of these here. The Mexican is really strong. I mean, shoot, it's been strong. I've traded this and I've gotten out, and I'm surprised, and then it goes higher. So I kind of got impatient, thinking, it's about to turn like right here. I got out, and this thing kept going higher, So it's like I missed this great opportunity. But the Mexican dollar is really, really strong, and this is what the weekly. The daily, you're still below, you're below the 20, chopping around the 50, chopping around the cloud, but it's still strong, short term. It's just kind of like, going sideways in this range. But, just look at the weekly. It tells you where you at. Above the 50, right here, the 20. It's in a good, upward slope and speed. So it looks really good. Probably the Mexican. I mean, I don't look at these, but let's see what they got here in the weekly. This is kind of chopping on the weekly. The Swedish krona, the Norwegian, it looks like it's still pushing higher, or it's just there now. And I don't know what this one is. The Danish, kind of sideways. The Danish and the Sweden kind of look the same. The Mexican peso looks really strong, and the New Zealand dollar is probably one that if you want to get in at a bottom, but it all depends if this is the low. Timing wise, it's all about time with WDGAN. Is this going to be the final low? I thought the low was here, and look what happened. We went all the way down here, all the way down. So that's the key. So I'll be doing analysis on this one, and then figure out if this could be a possible low. So hopefully this helps. I'll keep you posted on my analysis, and I'll be a little more active on this YouTube channel. So you'll be seeing more videos and more things. I'll probably show some techniques here and there, and make some pips.